But let's go back to the earliest version around 35 centuries before the Battle of Installation 04. Circa 1000 BCE, the Kizo Yaasabu pattern, which translates to Obsidian Wing, was a stealth infiltrator strike craft. This early, it already has an active camouflage system and sensor baffles to remain invisible to the naked eye and radar, and was primarily used by the Covenant Special Forces units for stealth operations. These were a crucial aspect to their inquisitorial operations, as they recovered relics from alien races and came to incorporate others into the Covenant. But this was based on the even earlier, perhaps by thousands of years, the Ustet Skellum, inspired by the predatory and voracious Skellum piloted by the Sky Chevalier orders. The Ustet Skellum was considered to be unreliable and slow, at least compared with its descendants. The original Sky Chevaliers flew upon the backs of their Skellum, with similar air of honor and chivalry attached to human knights and their horse mounts. And you can see the obvious similarity in looks between the Skellum and Banshee, though these animal mounts were later replaced after the advent of Sangheili industrialism, with the first mechanical iteration in the form of the piston-driven warbirds. The signing of the Writ of Union at the close of the War of Beginnings saw the Sangheili species incorporated into the newly formed Covenant Empire, beginning a decline in the Order's honor under the rigid structures of the Sanshayun, though they were never actively stamped out under the Covenant regime. The Empire's collapse in the 26th century has seen a revival of the Sky Chevaliers, as the ascetic and zealot orders have increased in power and wealth. And so the earliest equivalents of the Banshee were smooth, elegantly contoured combat flyers, these Utet Skellen, which were often dedicated to ceremonial roles, with the wing shape being made from animal skins or plant fibers, and you would lay down in them just like with human gliders, and just like how the ancient Chevaliers would have laid down on top of the Skellum. With that being turned into the combat machine of the Kizu Yasabu, they would further develop the Sitar pattern multi-role Overwatch survey craft, an amphibious variant that was used as security for Ocean Covenant installations and during deep-sea artifact retrieval missions on alien worlds. Jumping forward thousands of years to the 2500 CE and likely passing over countless iterations that were lost to time, as well as monstrous, malfunctioning Forge versions, we have the first Banshee to be met by humanity, the Ogal pattern attack flyer, or as the UNSC type classification has it, the Type 26A ground support craft. It was first encountered on the human colony World Harvest, and quickly got the nickname the Banshee as a reference to the female spirit in Celtic mythology. That gives a blood-curdling wail that, if heard by one, meant they were destined to die shortly after. The high-pitched sound made by these craft, especially when pulling off its tight maneuvers, created this unique sound that would strike fear into anyone who heard it. And we must always remember that as we most often see this universe through the eyes of Master Chief, to the average citizen and even hardened Marine, these Banshee were nearly indestructible, incredibly fast and agile, delivering a fuel rod that could kill you even behind cover, or disintegrate you and friends on the open field with surgical precision. The cruel call of the Banshee ringing out over the battlefield was a promise of inescapable death, just like the myths of old.